Hey guys, welcome to Unreal Labs. Today I'm going to be doing a video on installing Active Directory domain services on a Windows 2012 R2 server. I'll be doing some more videos on doing it on 2016, 2019, but I'll be using those in the migration as we go from 2012 up to 2016, up to 2019, and then hopefully the 2022 server. I believe that's the name of it. Anyways, let's jump right in. So I'm gonna fire up my VMware workstation here. I've already got a Windows 2012 server installed. Basic configuration, I did set the IP address. I just verify some settings here. Yep, alright, so we're using Google DNS there, that's fine. And the host name hopefully is set to something not generic. Alright, yeah, computer name's good. Alright, let's jump in. So we're going to go to Manage, Add Roles and Features. We're going to hit Next, and then we're going to do a role-based or feature installation. Of course, I'm going to select this server here. Next. And now we're going to select that box right there, that Active Directory domain services. We're going to add features there. And then the other thing I'm going to add actually is the DNS server. Active Directory depends on DNS, so it would make us install it anyways, but we're going to go ahead and check the box. So we'll hit Next, and then we don't need any features, just those roles. I mean, we could add more features if we want to, but we'll skip this for now. So we'll do Next on this. DNS server, some information about installing DNS. I'm going to choose Restart after the roles are done. And we're going to go ahead and click Install. So this will take a minute here. I'm going to go ahead and pause, and I'll be back when this finishes up. Alright guys, so looks like we're all the features installed, so results look good. We don't get any errors, so we'll close that. Now we're going to come up to this flag here, and this is where we actually are going to promote it to a domain controller, so we need to run through our settings for the new Active Directory domain and forest, because this is a brand new forest that we'll be creating. So there's a couple options. You can add the domain controller to an existing domain if we had one already established. New domain in an existing forest, so like a child domain. Or we're going to add a new forest. So we're going to add a new forest. I'm going to go Unreal Labs. I don't really like the hyphen, but I'll take that out, I guess. Be easier to remember. Oh, sorry. Forgot I need a... So I'm not going to do com, I'm going to do local. Just because it's local to me. I don't got anything separates the DNS names, domains. So our functional level for forest and domain will be 2012 R2. We could select something on the forest level a little bit lower if we wanted to. I'm going to be at full 2012 R2. This point here, I'm going to be setting a restore mode password. We'll need that if once Active Directory is created. If you had if you wanted to restore Active Directory, you're going to need this password here. So remember to set it to something that you can remember. You can change this down the road. So delegation of the DNS server. This is kind of a weird error because it's not an error. It's really more of a warning. We're going to hit next because we don't have DNS installed anywhere on our network right now. It's going to verify some NetBIOS. Give us our NetBIOS name, Unreal Labs. That's why I kind of take out the hyphen, NetBIOS. It'll do it, but it just gets sometimes a little weird. Alright, so now it's asking where we want to put our database logs and sysvol. Like on an Active domain controller that's fairly busy, there's a lot of stuff. Sometimes I'll have seen or I'll have configured another hard drive that's faster disks. I'd move those over there, but we're not going to have that much pressure on this, so we'll just keep that all in the C drive. It's reviewing our selections, which look pretty normal. If you wanted to see the script of it, so you could actually do this in PowerShell, and maybe I'll do that with the next one. We're going to be adding another DC to this, so we could theoretically do it through PowerShell without doing it through the GUI. I actually kind of prefer the PowerShell way. So right here we've got one little glitch here, and that is because I'm actually signed in. I wanted to show this. I created this server. I'm actually signed in as this account Unreal. And looks like the administrator account hasn't been set up to with a secure password. So, because that administrator account is going to get promoted to be the Big Daddy account for the domain. So, Big Daddy, I mean enterprise admin. So, let's go to computer management. Alright, local users and groups. We'll select users. There's our administrator account. We're going to set a password that's secure enough. And we'll go back to our wizard here. Hit previous and we'll rerun that. We'll hit next. And this shouldn't take too long, but we'll see. Now, here we go. Alright, so everything's good. Got a couple warnings about the DNS and about some security settings. We will take care of those later on. But right now we are good to go. So now we are installing. Alright, well I'm going to pause and I will be back as soon as this finishes up. Alright, so it looks like we are done. It's pretty quick. And we're getting signed out here. That was that option I chose to restart after roll installation. Or, yeah. You know what I mean. Yeah, it's a pretty simple process. This doesn't usually take too long, especially with a brand new VM. But I'm a big fan of 2012. 2012 is a great server. 2016, I'm not super impressed with. 2019 is a great server also. I'm hoping to get some time with 2022, or I think it's 2022 server, 2020 server, whatever it is. The names. Get some more time. I feel like it's probably an R2 version of 2019, but kind of excited to see how that goes. What features, what add-ons they've added. Alright, so right here we're having, it's going to be a little slow. The reason why this is a little slow on startup, it would be because DNS, we had that Google DNS server configured. Now, it should have changed it to its local DNS server to look for host name resolution and things, but we will see. Sometimes it doesn't, so if you are adding another domain controller on a different server, you want to make sure that your DNS servers are correct, or you're going to have some massive timeout delays on start. Alright, well I'll pause this and wait for this thing to come up here. Alright, we're back. It took about a minute or two for it to come up, so Control Delete. So we're not going to sign in. So Unreal Labs Unreal, we're going to need to change that. I mean, we could sign if that account had permissions, but we need to move over to that administrator account we configured. So we're signing into Unreal Labs with the administrator account password. Alright, things are looking good. All right, looks like we have Active Directory running. So we've got pretty much a basic setup. We're going to go through here, just make sure. Yeah, it looks like default site. Servers. All right, that looks good. Open users and computers. Okay, we've got our built-in computer account or groups. Of course, no computers are joined yet. All right, we see our domain controller. And we're seeing our built-in users. All right, and then we see, oh yeah, there's the Unreal user, so he's still there. Let's check out what he's a member of. Oh, so he did get rights. I was kind of curious about this, but he looks like he did get administrator domain user. So he is an administrator, so that's okay. For now, anyways. We'll probably use that account down the road. All right, so that looks good. Let's check our IP settings. I just want to see if our DNS settings have changed. Yeah, they have. All right, so it's looking at itself. So that's what we want it to do. So that's good. And we'll open DNS. And we should have the forwarder set up. We will be setting up in, down the road. We need to set up a reverse zone, but we won't do that right now. Yeah, that looks good. So, all right. Well, that kind of concludes the basic installation of Active Directory services. In the next video, I'll be adding DC2, and then we're going to be moving on to adding clients, and I'd like to do some GPO work. We'll kind of throw some switch configurations in there, some networking, kind of just build a basic, really fairly basic little lab from the ground up. I do use VMware Workstation for most of my stuff. I have a VMware ESXi server also, and then I have a hardware set of switching and routing. And I use a lot of GNS3 too for that. But as we go forward, I just hope you guys stay with us. Watch the other. I think I have a couple other videos going right now, so hopefully I'll have a video every week, kind of coming out as I get some more time. Hopefully more. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks again.